Get ready, Power Gamers. We're here with episode 2 of The Legends of Lyria. I'm DJ the DM.
I'm Emily.
I'm Taz.
I'm Lily.
And I'm Matt.
All right, and we are the Power Gamers. All right, where we last left off, a quick recap of the session prior. We take place in Lyria, this uniquely dangerous water world full of storms, seas, and very small islands. The party itself, a mixed match of different individuals, wildly varying backgrounds, some poor, some nobles, some fugitives, and some druids, all gathered together under the Rat King's banner as they found themselves in desperate need of help, and yet in a place where help does not come free. They found themselves allying with the Rat King to the thunderous applause of those who are living outside the city limits and outside the city's protection. They followed him underneath that storehouse into these tunnels that seem to follow endlessly. Taz, your character, Double T Tanya, has grown up with the Rat King and knows these tunnels very well. They're used to circumvent the walls, the guards in the city. It's a whole thieves' gang known as the Rat Pack. It really is. And unfortunately, it is the only way to get you and the people who live outside of the city any sort of resources or protection or help from inside the city. Most of them have pledged their fealty to the Rat King, this individual who appears to have a symbol on his bloodied and nasty jacket of a bunch of rats that are tied together by their tails through some mess of slime and ichor. You find yourself beneath that storehouse, skin tingling, ears still buzzing from the thunderous applause and excitement. The explosions, the pyrotechnic displays above. You find that underneath in these tunnels, that feeling fades very quickly as there's an oppressive sort of silence down here. Every noise you make is amplified by these tunnels. They carry it down. You naturally feel yourself quiet. Standing before you is the Rat King. He's not a large man in stature by any means. He's probably about 5'4", 5'5". He's definitely very stout. But he would be gaunt as well if it were not for the hordes of stolen goods he's probably pilfered himself on. He is rather surrounded down here by these sort of gangly-looking men and women who appear to, each of them, have a brand upon their hand. It's something that Double T knows very well. She had to pay dearly to have it removed at the church. However, that is the brand of the Rat Pack. It is the mark you carry in exchange for your entitlement to services from his guild, and indeed protection from his guild. You find yourselves down here with him, and several other members who appear to be just watching you anxiously, eagerly. Their eyes dart between you and the Rat King. His eyes kind of move over you slowly, as though he had all the time in the world. He speaks, finally, and says, "So, you all had what it takes to step forward. I'm impressed, I'll be honest. I can't wait to hear what you did it for. A druid, a cleric, a nobleman, and a Gulnari fugitive, it looks like. Well, let's hear it. I can't wait."
I step up and say, I'm here to save the only person who's ever believed in me.
How very noble of you. Tell me, are you willing to serve in order for that help? You see one of the individuals who's standing nearby begins waving a hand. This red poker brand starts heating up. You can see it out of the corner of your eye. It's one of the only things that glows down here.
Nobody else is willing to help me, so I will do what I have to.
And you see a smile reach across his face. Very good. Well, present your hand, that I might help you.
I present my left hand.
All right. You present your left hand, and very quickly, that kind of gangly individual with the brand shuffles over to you, holds the bottom of your hand in his hand, and then stabs the top of that brand onto you. Roll for me a Constitution saving throw. Ooh, yeah, it burns. It burns, and he doesn't take it off for a solid 5 seconds. When it finally does pull away, you find a mark so deep it has burned into the meat of your hand, and you cannot stop trembling. You're in a cold sweat, but you manage to stay conscious. What do you do?
I tremble but say nothing.
You see that smile stays on his face. And you are so stalwart. You'll make an excellent ally. Very well. And the rest of you?
I step forward and hold my hand out and say, I'm here to help the people who live here who can't help themselves. My sect has left, and I don't know where else to turn to save my friends.
When you say that, his eyes widen. Roll for me an insight check. Oh my god.
Oh,
God damn it. Okay, great.
hell yeah.
So, wow, what a way to start off the session. So, here's what you notice. When you say that your druidic sect has left, you notice that's when his eyes widen. The fact that you're all alone, you're the last of the verdant circle on this island, that's incredible. Looking at him, you can tell immediately just from the smile on his face, he is planning moves to take over this island now that he is aware of their absence. Ideally, because you got a natural 20, you realize that he plans to make you, since you are the last of the verdant circle, a big part of those plans. You're not sure what that means exactly, but considering how other druids of your sect went missing when they had confrontations or interactions with the Rat Pack, it's probably not good.
Okay.
But he looks at you, wide eyes for a moment, and he smiles and he says, I wouldn't expect anything less. Come, child of the forest. None of us want to see anyone suffer. Give me your hand, and we'll be done with it.
I hold out my hand and wait to be branded.
All right. You do, and sure enough, there's another snapping of the fingers as he's casting that spell, that his lackey. It heats up the brand, and within seconds he grabs your hand and slams that burning metal into the flesh. Make for me a Constitution saving throw. Ooh,
Oops.
you just barely do not pass out from the pain. He holds it on there. It feels like he holds it on there for 10 seconds. Your eyes are rolling into the back of your head by the time he lets it go, and you drop to the ground as your body shakes. You can tell you're in shock. What do you do?
Going to try and not scream.
It's only barely successful as you let out what can only be described as a whimper.
Okay, makes sense.
You can tell that he enjoyed that.
Of course he
He looks
did.
at the rest of you.
Well, I'm here looking for Steven, but also known as Stabby Steve.
You see his eyes narrow when he looks at you. Really? Well, how kind of you to go looking for someone that I supposedly lost.
You did lose him. He was fine when he left the church and he was supposed to head straight home, but he never did.
Oh, is that what he told you?
Well, that's what his mom told me.
Well, I suppose Mother knows best, but yes, I can help you find him.
Thanks. I gotta have my perfect score.
I know that's very important to you now. That clean, perfect record. But tell me, Is he the only one you've lost?
I don't know. There might be other kids missing, but I don't know. He's the one that I know for sure.
Double T, Tanya. I was so impressed previously. Now you're losing children left and right. What would the church say?
I don't know. I don't want to tell them.
You see, he starts laughing and says, "They are so judgmental sometimes. But I'm not here to judge you. I welcome you back with open arms."
Yeah, whatever. Take your price.
He laughs a little bit as you extend your hand and you see his lackey begin heating up the brand again. It takes a second. You have to remove your gauntlet, as you know that the metal you are clad in now would make that brand wholly ineffective for the most part, unless he was very lucky. But you take it off. It takes about a minute and a half, maybe two. And sure enough, he pierces your skin. It sizzles and burns and melts deeper and deeper. Make a Constitution saving throw for me.
I feel like he's doing it on purpose, where he's making mine harder and hurt more.
I uniquely feel like everyone individually feels that way.
Yep. Well, I got a 21.
Wow. Listen, the thing is, you still remember this pain. Because you had to be branded like this before.
Oh yeah, it's the same hand.
It's the same hand. Now you did have it removed when you became of a certain station in the church. They were willing to offer you a large discount on the service to have it done, and so it was done. In fact, it was kind of something that they required, as you could not be a walking member of the Rat Pack and also work for the charity of the church.
No, they can't be affiliated with the Rat Pack and the Rat King.
But you weather it. It's fine. It is, at best, a painful reminder that you are somehow back here again.
I just stare at him the entire time.
You do. And you see that his eyes never leave yours until the brand is pulled away. You shake your hand, let out a and turn away from him, putting your glove on. He looks to the one who has not stepped forward.
Mr. Rat King, I'll join this group, but you're not branding me.
I think you misunderstand what joining this group means, friend. Make no confusion about your position.
I'm not
Upstairs,
confused.
you were being cheered because you were a hero at my banner. If you go back up there without my symbol, you're a coward who derelicted your duty, your promise to these people, on top of whatever else you wanted from me. Choose wisely.
I'm no coward. I'm going to see what I signed up for through to the end, but no man's branding me again. I'm happy to be called a coward. I know I'm not one.
He says, "Wonderful." He snaps his fingers and a woman walks over. She takes the brand and begins holding it as the other individual heats it. Will this suffice?
No, I'm not getting branded.
Well, then I suppose we're at an impasse here, aren't we? Either I brand you, or you hear the hard way. Your choice, hero.
All right, kick me out the hard way.
Oh, I didn't say we'd be kicking you out. You're ours now, did you not understand? You're under my banner. You work for me. This brand is a reminder to you, so that you don't forget. I could end you now, if you prefer. You made the choice to come down here begging for handouts, begging for help. Not me. You stood up in front of a crowd of people. Not me. Be accountable for your actions. Work for your choices. Your friends have. And you say you're no coward? Prove it!
You can kill me if you want. I'm happy to die here unbranded again.
Oh, well, good news. He snaps his fingers. I'm going to need you to, well, I guess first they have to try and hit you, but they're going to try and grapple you to the ground.
Okay. I guess I make an acrobatic save.
I think, yeah, you can do that. I think they have to try and hit you first.
Uh, I think they just have to roll an athletic save to grapple me.
Oh, I thought you told me. All right. Well, let's try it that way then. All right. Ooh, that one misses. He tries to pin you down and he fails. We got 2 more coming. Oh, they both miss. They're grabbing onto you. They're trying to pin you down. You manage to hold off all of them. As they're trying to hold you down, they're pretty gaunt. They're not particularly strong. And you've trained all your life as a warrior. What do? You know this tunnel is filled with them.
Oh, this escalated quickly.
Yeah, you sure did.
Yep. All right, look. There's no reason for us to be enemies all of a sudden. I'm happy to continue on with what I signed up for, but I don't belong to anybody. If you can work with me under that, then fine. But if you can't, I'll leave now.
I think it's you the one who needs to understand. Who's working with who? They're going to try and grapple you again. Dang, okay, it looks like one of them takes. It seems that while you were talking, one of them snuck up behind you. He pounces. Unfortunately, just the raw momentum of him seems to knock you onto the ground. They pile on top of you. You can tell that if they're able to hold you down, they're going to brand you. What do?
I'm going to try and struggle to get free.
You do it. Go ahead and roll. You can do athletics or acrobatics. Dang, okay. It seems not only does that one keep his hold of you, it seems another one has now leveraged himself into a position where he's got that left hand right where he wants it. It looks like it's going to be one more round before they're able to successfully brand you if they can keep you down. This is kind of the last shot.
All right, well, let's see if I can do it.
All right, here we go. Oh, whoops. There we are. Ooh, that could have been bad. All right, it looks like he got a 23. You are struggling against the might of 4, now 5 people as another one jumps on. Your friends at the moment are dealing with their own shock. Some of them just barely holding on. Really, Double T is the only one who's cogent enough to be able to help, but she knows how it works down here. She understands the rules. You, as a stranger in a strange land, you fight it. To the last of your breath, you fight to be no man's. You feel the burn on your skin. Make for me a Constitution saving throw. As that brand hits your hand, it begins sizzling into your flesh.
Real quick, Bojangles has been given a natural 20 from Crystal Gem 6.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you, Crystal Gem 6.
Holy cow. Crystal Gem 6. All right. Wow. That's what happens when you can toss a natural 1 or 20 and well done. All right. So that's going to change pretty much everything that just happened. Let me be clear. That brand hits your skin. The very first you sense of the heat, your eyes widen. You feel adrenaline course through your veins. What happens?
With the strength like I'm the Rock or Hercules, I stand up with 5 guys on me and push them all off me. I then take the brand and break it.
Wow. Yeah, you managed to throw these people off of you. Some slam against the walls. One of them is knocked out. You grab the brand out of the hand of the individual who was forcing it against you. You take it and you slam it against your knee, shattering the metal against yourself, as though it would brittle nothing.
I'm then gonna
stare
hold the
into-
I'm gonna hold the broken metal piece of at the end of it to the Rat King's throat and say, "Are we gonna be partners, or are we both dying right now?"
You see him narrow his eyes. He doesn't seem to flinch as you hold this jagged piece of metal to his throat. It's probably not the first time he's been threatened. You see him look at you, and there's a cold 15 seconds of silent standoff between the two of you. And then he starts laughing. Well, I suppose it might be worth my while to have an ally like you. Tell me, what do they feed you?
Water and bread.
I've been treating my men too kindly. Well then, what do I have of yours to know that you'll comply with me? Anything?
You have my word. That's all you need.
He nods as he stares at you. Yes, perhaps that and more is all I need. Very well. You work for me now, all of you. In exchange for what you request, you will earn it. Now, I will send my rats to gather what you need. If that's health potions, fine. If that's gathering your ailing compatriots, fine. Whatever it is, tell them. They will take care of it. But you will go down to the docks. There is a ship that has arrived. I have been on this island for a very long time, and there is little that happens without my knowledge. This ship is a mystery to me. I know not where it came from. I did not expect it. I don't know what's on it. I don't know when it's leaving. This may seem trivial to you. I don't expect you to understand. You will go down to that ship. You will investigate it. And you will report back to me. You understand?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, well, where's the exit?
I'll show you.
He smiles and says, very good.
It's still in the same place, right?
Yes.
Yep. Just follow me.
As you guys walk away, you see him, his beady glowing eyes reflecting from the little light that there is in the sewer, and the beady eyes of the rest of his rat pack are the only things in the distance as you eventually make your way all the way out. So, now, eventually you find yourself back to the warehouse. Or you have two options. You can go back up to the warehouse, or you can go straight to the outskirts of the city. Since you, Taz, know these tunnels pretty well. Where do you want to lead them, Double T?
Which way's closer to the shipyard?
You know what? Roll for me a history check, either history or survival.
Oh, good. We'll see how much I remember. Do a survival check.
Okay. Well, you gather. That's not bad. You gather in the time since you've been here. Possibly some things have changed. You know that these tunnels used to span underneath the main wall that keeps people separated in the outskirts. You could use that to your advantage and just bypass that altogether. since you're down here, not have to worry about having to pay the 10 gold per person, not have to worry about interacting with guards. You do know that in order to get to the dock, you'll need to get inside the city, as the dock is part of the city. It's guarded. It benefits from its resources, certainly. But yeah, with a 14, you feel pretty confident you could navigate your way underneath at least the first wall and come out somewhere in there.
Okay, let's do that. I relay this information to everyone else. I'm like, guys, you are in luck. I remember this tunnel mostly. I think I can get us past like the first wall so we don't have to pay anything to go through it.
So what do you mean you remember this tunnel? You're from what I can see, you're a priestess.
I'm not a priestess yet. I'm in training.
Okay, so
We
how
all
do you
have
know
troubled childhoods.
how do you know about the sewers?
We all have troubled childhoods, and we do not judge people on their past mistakes. We only judge them on what they have done when we've known them. So, yeah, let's just say I used to be part of the Rat Pack, and this is me joining up again. And it's awful.
So wait, you went back to that crazy dude?
Yeah.
All right, what's your guys' story? If we're gonna be sticking together through this.
Well, I am of the noble house Elysium. My name is Lithariel, and I also have had a very troubled childhood, and I have no money, and nobody trusts me, except this one person that is dying at this moment that I must save.
Are you trustworthy?
Yeah, if nobody trusts you, like
Real quick,
Here,
Bojangles.
let me give me
Wait.
your hand.
Bojangles, make for me a history check. Because you are
Lithariel, give me
also.
your-
Oh,
like- oh.
one sec.
No, go for it.
Okay. Because you are also from Golnari, you may have heard of her family. Oh, you got a 3.
No.
Okay.
I'm
Well.
not smart.
Yeah. You mostly didn't read the papers. So, nope. Never mind. Continue.
Lithariel, give me your hand.
Okay, and I give her my hand, the one with the mark. The left.
Okay. Well, I hold your hand and I close my eyes and I just start like touching it and petting it. And I open my eyes and I'm like, oh, dang, girl, you are a beholder.
What?
You're
What do you mean?
your
I'm a
star
half-elf.
sign. You're a beholder. That just makes so much sense.
I've never heard of this before. What does it mean?
Oh, it just means that you're suspicious. Yeah, you're just suspicious around people. So that's like super understandable why like people might have a hard time trusting you because you're just so suspicious.
But does that mean I'm trustworthy?
Potentially. Depends on if you get too suspicious around us.
Okay, well there you go.
Oh,
Just
these
don't try to
horoscopes.
control us, please.
I'll try not to.
Good, then you're trustworthy in my book. I'm Double T Tanya, by the way, or Double T.
Nice to make your acquaintance, Double T. I am Lithariel.
Nice to meet you.
Great. So we have a broke noble, a crazy priestess,
I'm not crazy, and I'm not a priestess.
and a hippie.
But excuse me. Let me see you heal with some poultices after calling me a hippie.
Yeah, that's not really my skill set. That's what we have doctors for.
Do we have a doctor now?
Why did this happen to me?
Define doctor.
And I think between the two of us, probably either.
You guys talk as you make your way towards what hopefully will be the other side of the wall that keeps people out of this city if they don't have enough gold. You get to know each other as you travel. It's pretty creepy down here, and the sound reverberates pretty well, so yeah, there are some miscommunications. It's a little awkward. There's definitely some moaning and groaning. Hard to blame you guys, especially since 3 out of 4 of you have pretty serious burns on your hands. Um, as you make your way, eventually you get to the point where you believe double T. This has got to be it. There's a sewer grate right above you. If you were to push it up, I think that would be all right.
I want to try to quietly push it up and like make sure that we're not just pushing it up into like a crowd of people.
Oh, you're smart. You remember the old ways. Make for me a stealth check.
Great.
And then we can either use your passive perception or we can make a new one.
Well, I got a 7 on stealth. I'm wearing a heavy plate of armor.
That does add. Oh, wait a minute. You're wearing heavy plate armor?
Oh, sorry. Then it would be a 1 since it's at disadvantage.
Oh man. Okay,
But
so
it's not a natural one, so
it's not a natural one, which I thought it was for a second. I can't tell you how excited I was. It is so close. But as you push up the grate, it's stuck. You push on it a few times more, it is still stuck. I mean, you used to be able to lift these things when you were a child.
this one probably hasn't been used in a long time.
Yeah, and you're like, come on, it just needs a little elbow grease. You push it with some oomph. And when you do, not only does it get unstuck, it goes flying into the air, like 5 feet. Not huge, but enough so that when it lands on the ground, you hear clang, clang, clang.
Guys, we got to go. Hurry up.
Where are you going? You going up, or are you leaving?
Up.
Okay, got it. All right. So
Guys, we got to get out of here.
there's a
Come
loud
on up.
clanging that echoes through the sewers. You guys going up?
Yep.
All right. Well done, Power Gamer. You've safely made it to the end of the video. Congratulations. Thanks for hanging out with us, and a very special thank you to our supporters on Patreon. Thank you to our Patreon founders, whose incredible generosity humbles us. Thank you to the legends, guild members, and all of the official Power Gamers whose love and support makes this channel possible. If you like what you saw, let us know by leaving a like, comment, subscription, donation, sharing the video with your friends. Check out all the links below, and we'll see you Saturday on Twitch for the next Legends of Lyria.